I came up and saw the situation, and I knew that people were in trouble. We were going to have to do something. Well, where do I start? You know, my pockets are limited. I don't have a pocket full of money. But I thought, well, let's start where we can. And we started using our resources. And it was not very long before I started getting calls from friends or people who I knew and said, what can we do? And I just told them, you know, whatever you can do is going to help. And as soon as I saw, you know, that people were sending stuff, some people were sending donations, I knew that this was going to keep the thing going.
Anytime there is widespread destruction, there will always be smaller groups of people who are missed by the large relief effort. Another problem is that no aid relief effort can be equally fair. And so what we see is there is this constant mismatch between resources and needs. Perhaps there'll be people who have received aid and they continue to receive aid, whereas there are people out in the rubble or out in the coast who aren't receiving anything. And so we see this over and over again, that there might be stockpiles of aid sitting in a warehouse or on an airport, and literally within 1 or 2 miles of those stockpiles there's people starving. So there's this huge mismatch of resources to needs. It's a huge problem to overcome. You know, on the first day they may need medical attention, and the day after that they may need shelter, or the day after that they may need food or clean clothing. And so the needs are very dynamic and they're constantly changing. And this makes it impossible for a set, rigid structure to meet all their needs and demands. It's just impossible to do it. Samaritan's Purse has donated literally hundreds of tons of aid supplies. So we had this warehouse where these supplies were being stored, and the problem was, how do we get this aid to the people who need it most? The GPS tagging system we used was very effective, and the way it works is we sent a scout and a translator literally on the ground to talk to the people on the coast or in places that were hard to reach. The scout team would identify a group of people who had needs. We would try to figure out what they needed. We'd try to get a contact name, a contact phone number, and most importantly, we would GPS tag their location. All of this information was sent to a team leader using an iPhone. We used iPhone applications. But we were able to send this information in real time to our team leader, who was Nathan. And Nathan would receive this order, and we would have our supplies there in trucks, and he would take it to the delivery team, and they could assemble the order right then and there.
Well, so from that point, we try to get the delivery out to them as soon as we can, you know, because it helps to build trust. And so usually, I mean, in a few hours, we're able to get maybe not the whole list, but some of the things on the list. You know, we start with what we can get, and we try to take it out to them. If there's a need, we try to do everything to fill that need. You know, if it's food and we don't have the food right with us, well, we'll send some girls down shopping to the supermarket. I mean, we have made trips a couple hours away. You know, sometimes it takes all day to go and get the food that we need to get, and then, you know, come back. We would like to see the people have the things that they want, you know, within an hour or two. But sometimes, because, you know, depending on the areas that we are in, if the town has been wiped out, I mean, where are you going to do your shopping?
So literally, from the time that we would find the people to the time that we delivered the aid, in some cases it was less than an hour, and it rarely took more than a couple hours. And so this GPS tagging system was a very effective method for finding the people who were in the greatest need and getting them the resources they need quickly, and it worked really, really great.
Well, we did all kinds of types of delivery. We also did delivery to the shelters. You know, when we were driving down the road and we saw people standing alongside the road, we gave them stuff. We even did open truck deliveries. I mean, the stuff that's in their yard, I mean, you can't just pick it up by hand. a lot of the stuff in their yard is stuff that you would need a crane for. And so it is impossible for us to knock on every door and get everybody. But here's the way I feel about that is if I'm able to help one person, let's say, and get him back on his feet, well, he knows his neighbors that need help better than I do. He has relatives that maybe need help. And by getting one person back on his feet and giving them hope to push on and to build back up again, well, it sort of starts a chain reaction, if you know what I mean. Probably the biggest difference that you see is how the faces of the people light up. Some of these people, I mean, you know, the first day we see them and they're so sad, but by the time, like I said, we make the fourth trip to their place, they're out there cleaning their yard, working hard, and they're just all excited about getting back to, you know, starting to blaze the trail to a normal life again, you know. And it's just it's very rewarding to see how happy they are when they've taken the help, and when you can see the hope in their eyes. You know, they know it's not over. They know that they're going to make it. To be a part of making that change, you know, you see their spirits reviving. You can see the life back in their eyes and the hope, and the spirit is revived. Makes you feel so happy that you could have been a part of that.
If you are interested in donating time or money to the Japan relief effort, to seriously consider donating it to the Meysen English Academy or the Matamori mission, because they're going to take that money and they're going to use it very quickly and for the people who need it most. I have personally seen with my own eyes identifying a need for a truck and delivering a truck within 24 hours. So they're not going to sit on the money. They are going to take it and they're going to buy thousands of dollars worth of food or thousands of dollars worth of underwear. In fact, just 2 days ago, they delivered 2 prefab homes to a man who lost everything. And so I can testify and promise to you that that money is going to be well spent and well used, and they definitely have my seal of approval.
You know, I feel like whenever there's a need, and if you know, see a need, to do all you can to fill the need. I mean, that's the only thing that has gotten us into it and that has driven us, and probably will be what drives us from now even.